The headlines on RT International. Almost 20 women report sex attacks by, quote, dark-skinned men during New Year's celebrations in Austria. Serious questions are being asked on EU security policy as it's revealed the Berlin Christmas market terrorist travelled freely through 4 member states even after committing the appalling attack. The latest deadly terror attacks unmask a new strategy from ISIL, using advanced online communication and encryption to engineer lone wolf strikes. The Democratic National Committee reveals the FBI never even asked to analyze the computers the agency says were hacked by Russia throughout the US presidential race, instead outsourcing and trusting a third party when it comes to these claims. Thanks for joining us here on RT International. We have your latest world headlines. Almost 20 women have reported being groped by a group of men of, quote, foreign appearance at a New Year's celebration in Innsbruck city centre in Austria. For the details, we're now joined live by RT's Peter Oliver to shed some light on this disturbing story here. Peter, what else can you bring us up to speed? What else do you know?
Thanks. Well, the Austrian police are investigating an unprecedented number of sexual assaults on New Year's Eve in the city of Innsbruck. 18 women have come forward saying that they were groped by a group of 10 men. Senior police officers in the city of Innsbruck have given us a description of what the women have come forward and said happened to them.
The perpetrators surrounded the women and danced around them, then groped them and tried to kiss some of them. These men were described as aged 25 to 30, dark-skinned, definitely of foreign origin. One of the men was missing a tooth.
Well, amateur footage that was shot of the groping hasn't been much help to authorities in trying to catch who was behind these incidents. Now, Norbert Hofer, who was the loser in the recent presidential elections in Austria, did warn about the risks, as far as he saw it, that a migrant influx into the country could pose.
Those people who don't appreciate our country, who go to war for Islamic State or rape women, I say to those people, this is not your home. You can't stay in Austria.
There is this weird fence and border controls along the roads. The invaders will simply go round the fence. They will come to Austria and say, asylum.
Well, this incident seems to have come as a bit of a shock to the city of Innsbruck. In the Austrian capital, Vienna, they had issued 6,000 rape alarms to women who were going out to New Year's Eve celebrations there in order to try and prevent any type of incidents that we'd seen the year previously in Cologne, where over 800 women reported being sexually assaulted by a large group of men who were understood to have been from North Africa or from the Middle East. Now, this is something that we didn't really, the police around the whole of Europe had been looking to try and shut down. Cologne itself was on complete lockdown on New Year's Eve. Vienna, as I said, putting out those rape alarms. However, it appears that Innsbruck not ready for what came, and that's why we've seen these 18 women coming to the police saying that they'd been sexually assaulted.
All right, Peter, thank you. Well, this new year, authorities in Cologne did take extra security measures to prevent a repeat of the attacks 12 months ago. There was an increased police presence on the main square and surrounding streets. Authorities introduced a ban on firecrackers and extra lighting. Security checkpoints and truck barriers were also deployed after the terror attack on a Christmas market in Berlin, when a lorry was driven into a large crowd. Despite the measures, though, locals still say they were still worried.
I will not be visiting public places. For me, it is too dangerous this year.
The police can't possibly be everywhere, that's the problem. Such things happen too fast. And considering the scale of what happened last year and what has recently happened in Berlin, I don't think people will show up in such numbers as last year. I think they will stay away, unfortunately.
In Austria, the police presence was also increased on the streets ahead of the New Year festivities. The Austrian Interior Minister said back in December his country was well prepared for any attacks, though he admitted it was impossible to provide 100% security. In Vienna, police handed out thousands of pocket alarms on New Year's Eve as part of heightened security measures. Police said the move was aimed at preventing a repeat of what happened in Cologne in 2015. Women could use the gadgets to signal any potentially dangerous situation. And there's been a series of measures taken all over Europe after the Cologne sex attacks. However, they've not always worked.